Today on Home Theater Fanatics, we're going to check out the Starke Sound AD4. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Giles, and this is Home Theater Fanatics. Today, we're going to talk about the Starke Sound AD4. So this is a Class D 4-channel amplifier, and you can use this for home theater or for 2-channel. And I think this 4-channel aspect is about perfect for an amplifier. I mean, this thing is super cool, and I'll talk about why I think that a 4-channel bridgeable amp is the perfect number of channels a little bit later on in the show. But to get started, we'll talk through the specifications of the unit. And while we're doing that, we'll watch an unboxing by Mike from Audio Architects. His information's down below, so make sure to check out his channel. But before we do that, please check out my Patreon. I want to say thanks to all my patrons. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look and see what is inside of this box. The Starke AD4 is a 4-channel amplifier. At 8 ohms, it does 225 watts RMS per channel, and at 4 ohms, it does 320 watts RMS per channel. Now, this is bridgeable, so you can run this in either 4-channel mode, 3-channel mode, or 2-channel mode. When you bridge this, it puts out 430 watts RMS at 4 ohms and a staggering 650 watts RMS at 2 ohms. According to Starke, this amplifier was engineered to have a warmer sound than your typical Class D amp, so it's not supposed to be as cold as you might expect. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Frequency response is 5 to 100,000 kilohertz. And as a nice accent, the binding posts on the back are made of beryllium copper. On the rear of the unit, you'll find your typical power port. On the output side of the house, you'll have 4 sets of binding posts. On the input side of the house, you'll have both XLR and RCA inputs, so balanced and unbalanced, and a selection switch. You can actually hook both up per channel and then select between sources using that switch if you want to. You'll also find the bridging switches and then a 12-volt trigger in and out. Now that you know the watts of the amplifier, let's talk about the whys of the AD4. So this amplifier retails for $13.99, which is a really good price for an amplifier of this power. I mean, this is a strong amplifier, and the ability for it to play down to 2 ohms, that's crazy. I mean, some people have called this the arc welder of amplifiers because it's like super bulletproof, but it sounds really good. So the cost is a big bonus in its favor. Now, I've seen this thing on sale for less than $1,000 per, and that's pretty outstanding. I mean, that's a really excellent buy. So I would keep a close eye on this one for Black Friday. I think you're going to see good things from Starke Sound, in particular for this amplifier this shopping season. Now, the 4-channel piece is something that I find very intriguing. So with a 4-channel bridgeable amplifier, that means you can take this and turn it into a 2-channel amp and run your stereo left and right. You can take this and turn it into a 3-channel amp, and you can use that to power a front sound stage. So if you wanted to just do like a 3.1 system at home, you could totally do that with this amplifier and then a powered subwoofer. But where it gets really cool is for home theater, right? So you take 2 of these, you've got 8 channels, which means you can do a really strong 5-dot system or a 7-dot system inside of those 2 amps. And then if you want to go full-blown 16 channels, you get 4 of them. And you know, you could power a massive, humongous system, and it'll be super cost effective. If you can find these on sale, you can do 16 channels of amplification for less than $4 grand. And at these power levels, being able to power 8, 4, and 2 ohm speakers, it's absolutely bananas. I mean, that's the steal of the century. It's really good. But beyond the price, like I said, the sound of these is good. They're very, what I would call revealing amplifiers. So what they get in is what they put out. You know, they don't sound super cold, so I think there's something to the engineering where Starke says that they've tried to make these not be so cold like you find in a lot of the Class D amps, so kind of like the stuff that you'd find in subwoofer amplifiers, the PA kind of stuff, and I enjoy listening to them. They give your speakers a really strong feel. There's tons of headroom, tons of dynamics. It's a very compelling set of amplification for your speakers. So in summation, what you've got here is a super strong amp at a really good price that looks really good in a rack that also sounds really, really awesome. And you can grow this with your system so you're not putting in a ton of money up front rather than buying as you need to expand. So 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed my time with this amplifier. Thanks for watching. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a Patreon member. And as always, see you in the next video.